and welcome to the Redmen TV. It's the starting 11 prediction show. It's Liverpool versus Maribor in Slovenia. Big game in the Champions League. We've got two big games upcoming against the Slovenians, and this is the show where I predict what what side Jurgen Klopp is gonna field against Maribor. Now, I'm coming off the back of getting all 11 right against Manchester United. Not all 11 though, not only all 11, but all the substitutes as well. So, you know, that's the second time I've got it right this season. I'm basically on a good run. And I am going to start with the goalkeeper where I always start. And for this game, it's going to be Lloris Karius. Klopp said that he's the Champions League keeper. He's shown that he's the Champions League keeper. I think he'll start at the back there. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold's going to come in at right back for Joe Gomez, who I think he'll save for Tottenham at the weekend. I think we'll see a healthy dose of Joe Gomez against Tottenham, and as such, Trent in here. I think the centre-back partnership will stay exactly the same. I think it'll be Joel Matip and Dejan Lovren coming off the back of a very good performance and a clean sheet as well. And because of that clean sheet, I do think that Alberto Moreno will keep his place at left back. So you've made two changes to that back five. That's plenty for me. I think Robertson deserves a chance. If you watch the Uncensored Match build-up show, which will be out later if you're watching this live, then you'll see that my preferred 11 is actually one with Andy Robertson in there. But I think that will be the back five for this game. I think although Jordan Henderson's played a lot of football over the international break and stuff, I think he will be asked to play in that sixth position, and I think he'll be asked to play alongside Emre Can, who I know's magnet poor, so I'm going to put him on the board very carefully. And I think Phil Coutinho drops into the centre of midfield with Emre Can. Now, if I'm right, I think I'm right in saying that this is the midfield three that started away against Spartak, and as such I think that will be the midfield three as well that we see against Maribor. Now on the right hand side, Mo Salah I believe will start. Central, I think it'll be Roberto Firmino again. Like, I know he's had a long distance to travel before the Manchester United game, coming back from Brazil and stuff like that. I think he will start. And I think on the left-hand side, I think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain gets his start after a good 15 minutes. Now, as you know, we're backed for the season by Ladbrokes. The bet £5, get £20 offer is still there. Terms and conditions at ladbrokes.com. The link for that offer is in the description below. Now, you'll know if you watch this show regularly that I always pick a first goal scorer, and I am picking Roberto Firmino at 14-5 as our first goal scorer. Not great odds. I'm just backing Bobby to get back into the goals. It's been far too long since our centre forward has got a goal. I think he'll get a goal this week. I think he'll get the first goal of the game. It's 14-5. The odds will fluctuate as you get closer to kickoff, but at time of filming, it's 14-5. Now, the substitute is quite interesting before I get into the comments. I'm going with Simon Mignolet, Ragnar Klavan, Gini Wijnaldum, Joe Gomez, don't know why I've started over there, James Milner, Dom Solanke, and Daniel Sturridge. I don't think Robertson makes the bench. I don't think Ward makes the bench, and I don't think Grujic makes the bench either. And I think that's our 21-man squad that will go over to Maribor. So I'll get into the comments then, because that's what we're here for. Let's get into them. Si, have you got one for me to begin with, mate?
Murphy Joe O'Reilly says Moreno should drop out this game. I'm totally with the sentiment of Robertson starting. The kid's been stellar for us when he's played, fantastic defensively and knows how to cross the ball.
Yeah, I think that's right, isn't it? And someone brought it up in, I think it was the Uncensored Match build-up show. Paul brought it up from a comment from elsewhere about Robertson starting with maybe Solanke. You know, having that guy in the box who wants to get his head onto the ball. Robertson can deliver a great ball in. I really think Andy Robertson should be getting a look in this game. I just don't think that if you're going to change Trent Alexander-Arnold and the goalkeeper, you want to be changing your left back as well. But it's a very, very good comment. So there we go. Thank you very much for that. I'll put it back to how I think it's going to be. So we've got one here coming in from Say J Myth, which is probably Jay Smith. Do you reckon Solanke will start? Been impressed with him. He's starting to look like a player. He just needs chances. As you can see by me starting 11, I don't think that Solanke will be starting. I do think that he deserves an opportunity. Whether it's a must-win Champions League game, probably not. Right now, it seems to be Firmino, Sturridge, Solanke. That seems to be the order of preference between Klopp and his strikers, if you were to rank them, I suppose. I actually think that Solanke needs to get involved in that. I think he needs to be the number 2 striker. I think we've seen from Sturridge so far this season hasn't been good enough. You know, he's the guy that you want to bring in to finish opportunities, and he's not been finishing those opportunities. And how long do you persist with that? Paul again, I've spoken about this a couple of times, and it's that the Sturridge almost need to play himself out of an opportunity so Solanke can get one, and will Solanke's season kick on from there? I'm not sure I agree or disagree with that, but it's definitely something to think about. Spartacon's Moreno, in my opinion, is getting better every game, so could still improve a bit in defence, but going forwards he's great. Now, he started that Manchester United game poorly from a defensive standpoint, for me anyway, but he grew into the game, and I think you're right, and again, he could be one of our most consistent players so far this season. So we've got Drin Sosoli. I think Ox must start on Wednesday, but it's Tuesday. Please do turn up and watch the game on Tuesday. He was solid when he came on Saturday and deserves an opportunity. That 15-minute cameo from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain was the best 15 minutes of his young Liverpool career, and I do think that that plays him into this starting 11. I do think that he goes onto that wing and he starts to hopefully impose his will on the fullback for Maribor. You know, try to beat a man, try and get involved. I wouldn't be surprised if it was his assist that gets Firmino first goal scorer in this game. I'd really love it if it was. ML recruitment, Gomez at right back, give Robertson a shot, he's well in line for one, and we've got Solanke on. Sort those magnets out, Pajak, we've had this conversation, Velcro the bad boys. I'm not Velcroing them, but we do need to sort the magnets out, thanks very much. Chris Sows, K, he was solid against United when he came on for the first 15 seconds, yeah. What game were you watching, guys? You're obviously talking about Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think in fairness to Oxlade-Chamberlain, he beats past his man the first time he gets the ball, knocks it round him, goes, does that later on, exactly the same move, still wins the ball. He takes 2 very good corners, one hits Lovren, one hits Matip, both go over the bar. Third one, whips the corner in, and it goes out for another corner. So I do think that he had a good cameo, I really do. I think he added some much needed pace into the game, I suppose it was at the weekend. You know, everyone was sort of getting tired, and you could almost see where the game was going. I don't think personally that he was given long enough. I think had he been given a little bit longer, we might have had even more success. But for me, this season, there's not been many better cameos. Now, I know we didn't go and score and he didn't get an assist or anything like that. So, yeah, there will have been better cameos, I suppose. But for his all-round endeavour that he showed, for the fact that he looked like he was playing with a little bit of confidence again, which is something that he's lacked during his Liverpool career, I think that was really good from Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. And I hope that he can come into this side and that he can kick on and that he can get us the points in the Champions League group stage match against Maribor. Ox should surely get a run out, as well as Solanke said, coloured corner. Owen Gallagher, the way Klopp hasn't played Robertson as much as he should, I think he was a club signing and not a player Klopp brought in. I don't know whether I can agree or disagree with that. I mean, you know, he did get an opportunity in the Premier League. Was it Palace that he started against? Burnley, maybe?
Leicester in the cup.
Palace and Leicester. So he's had a couple of opportunities. Now, he's not rotated them as much as elsewhere. Other players like Trent, like Gomez, but Alexander-Arnold and Joe Gomez are very much young players who probably do need to be sort of wrapped in cotton wool a little bit to make sure that they can go through the entire season. Alberto Moreno, whatever you think of him, is a much more experienced professional footballer, so he knows, and he's played in Sevilla sides, he's played in Liverpool sides that have gone distances in cup competitions throughout an entire season. So I don't think he needs taken out of the firing line as much, especially when he's in good form. Now, I do agree with you, Robertson does deserve an opportunity, but not an opportunity for an opportunity's sake. It's got to be right for the team, it's got to be right in the right situation and the right type of game. Now, for me, a Champions League game where you really have to go and get 3 points against Maribor probably isn't that, and that's why I do think it'll be Moreno. Could be proved completely wrong, but just to answer your questions there, and thanks for the comments.
We've had a couple of people, BYS Vlogs is the latest one, who thinks we should swap Coutinho and Oxlade-Chamberlain around in that for me.
You know what, I'll do that right now, because it's something that I've spoken about a couple of times on these starting 11 prediction shows, and you know, if somebody's man marking Phil Coutinho, then yeah, use the fact that both of those players can play in both those positions. And I'm not saying you have to, listen, if I think Oxlade-Chamberlain starts there and Coutinho starts there, it doesn't matter, but make sure that they are swapping in game. We've seen it where Salah and Mane have swapped positions in, Firmino and Salah and everything, so that forward line can be fluid, and there's nothing to say that you can't just go, alright, he's getting man-marked by the DM. Sounds? Let's ask a question of him and put him over there. and let's drop Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. What happens? Does the DM go out with Phil Coutinho? Does he stay in for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain? Is he fulfilling his man marking duties if they swap? Ask questions of the opposition players, ask questions of the opposition managers. And this is the thing, isn't it? You know, with someone like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Phil Coutinho, both clever players, you can pick up positions during games. Just do that. Have a little swap for 5 minutes. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's ask those questions of the players and let's see if we can get the result that we need to get. Anyway, thanks very much for watching the Start 11 prediction show. If you go into the game, enjoy it. If you're just watching it on the telly like we are gutting, then do get involved. Straight after the game, we will be going live with our match reactions and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll be here straight after the game. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the Redmen TV on YouTube and give the video a thumbs up, please. It helps us. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on the Redmen TV.